Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope we're all having a great day today and we're all doing well. So first and foremost, I'm sorry I've not really uploaded a video recently. I've just been playing other games such as that new Avengers game and Ghost of Tsushima. So I've just been playing other games like that, and there hasn't really been much Siege news recently. I'm also sorry if I sound very bunged up. I do have a cold right now. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. It's just a normal cold. But yeah, I've just been doing all that and everything. So sorry I've not really had any, many videos. But hopefully I'm going to upload a bit more consistent now, because the new season should be coming out in a few days. We've also got Ubisoft Forward tomorrow, and I think there's also got the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer gameplay reveal tonight, so maybe I'll make a video on that as well. But so it's a lot of cool stuff coming up. But yes, sorry I've been kind of not really uploading as much, but here's a new video and I hope you guys enjoy. So one of the most popular questions I get asked is how to improve at the game. Now I am a console player and I use controller, so obviously one of the big things about controller is aiming, and it is much harder to aim with a controller than it is with a mouse and keyboard. So the first thing I kind of done when I was trying to get better with a controller is, first off, I was looking for my perfect sense, which you should do if you use a controller or a mouse and keyboard. Don't use a mouse and keyboard on console, by the way. That's not very cool. And yeah, so when I was kind of learning with a controller, I was obviously looking to play and get a good sense. Now I haven't changed my sense in over a year. I've been using the same sense purely because I just feel that comfortable with it. And I feel like, you know, if you don't feel comfortable with sensitivity, obviously change it, but don't change it every often when you just can't get comfortable with one. And by that I mean is stick with one sense. You know, you can obviously fiddle with it and everything, but stick with one sense and try and master it. I know so many people who will give a sensitivity like one day try, and then they'll say, oh, I don't like this, and they'll change it the next day, and then they're just going to be in a repeated cycle of, you know, not improving, because they're just going to keep starting from zero again, from like ground zero again, and just not going up, because they're just going to keep resetting themselves and not getting a good sensitivity they can sit with. So if you're comfortable with your sensitivity now, but you still want to get better aim, or you're kind of looking to change sensitivity, one of the big things that I recommend doing is going into a custom game or a terrorist hunt and going up to like a wall or something and finding two objects on that map, and flicking between them. So ADS, aim at them and keep jumping between them, just single tap firing while staying ADS the whole time. Do not on ADS and ADS and on ADS and ADS. Just stay aimed in the whole time and just flick between objects, and you can really kind of get a feel if maybe you're compensating too much, if you're moving too up. You can kind of feel if the problem is your vertical's too high or low, or your horizontal's too high or low, or stuff like that, or your ADS is just wrong in general. You really do actually get to find that quite easily by doing this, and if you feel like you are in the right one and you don't want to change sensitivity, this is just a great way to kind of master your sensitivity, so you can then learn to, you know, how much you need to compensate. Obviously, a great way to do this I like to do is in the prep phase of a round. So after I've done setting up and there's still a few seconds left, I just like to aim and shoot between a few objects to try and just get my aim ready for the rest of that round, and so I'm more comfortable with it. And maybe that's something I only feel, but if you really are trying to, you know, get more comfortable with your sensitivity, I feel like, you know, just shooting between objects on the map, it can be a picture frame, it can be a glass of wine sitting on a shelf, just jump between objects, single tap fire in between them, and I guarantee you'll at least feel a bit more comfortable with it and maybe improve a bit. So moving on from aiming, I kind of want to talk about a more strat orientated thing. So like I said, the majority of people who ask me how to improve are kind of in the gold category. And from when I remember when I was in gold on console, it was kind of people just trying to run and gun and trying to just be the better gunner. And if you can really easily counter that if you're in a 5-man. If you are in gold, they're not going to have the best aim on the enemy team. You're probably not going to have the best aim yourself. So you really want to take advantage on that. If you really want to take advantage on the fact that they won't have the best aim. So if you're going to think about that, if you've not got the best aim, they've not got the best aim, you kind of want to take over them on strats, and that's when it can really change the tide there. If you're not going to win many of your gunfights, play back a bit and learn some strats. So in this video I'm going to show some Castle strats I like to show. Now Castle is a very underutilized operator in my opinion. He is really good in the high ranks, but you can counter him decently with ease. But definitely in gold, if you're in a 5-man and you all want to get out of gold, learn some castle strats, learn some YT strats, and learn some mirror strats. Now, I'd bring these 3 operators, and what I'm showing on screen right now is Cafe Dostoyevsky, and it's like the kitchen bakery hold and everything. So the way we play it, we have someone playing actually in bakery with a deployable shield, and I would usually play a castle. I'd reinforce this wall beside bar, I'd castle it off, castle the doorway off as well. As you also seen in small bakery, I made a shotgun rotation hole, reinforced the wall, and castled that doorway off. I'm also castling this doorway off, like I just said, and I'm going to go into coat check and castle this window off. So what I've just basically done there is I'm going to play either in coat check or in kitchen, and I'm going to play that that bulletproof camera that I placed on the table. I'm going to play that camera, and I'm going to help protect that person in bakery. So the person in bakery is probably going to be a YT or a Jaeger, and they'll be playing behind the deployable shield, obviously using the ADSs or the magnets to stop them from destroying the shields. And that's all fine and dandy from their side. But from the other side, which is small bakery side, there's still a window there, and there's a wall that can be reinforced, but obviously can be breached by a hard breacher. So that's where I kind of bring in the castle strat here. So I play that bulletproof camera, and I can watch the whole hallway, I can watch the window, and I can sit. Obviously you can see that. I can see if they put anything on the wall. I've got my back covered by my 2 castle barricades and the reinforcement on the wall. Obviously, if they open them up, I will get a sound cue, and I'll know how to adapt to that situation. So I feel like this is just a very helpful way if you want to hold kitchen. Right now, I have practically the whole of red hallway on lockdown. Someone can push red stairs, but if you've got a roamer, you can call that out and they can do it. I do not have to peek that entire hallway at all. Even if someone is coming down red stairs, I will be able to know that before they even see me, because I have that bulletproof camera. Obviously, you can destroy bulletproof cameras with Ash charges, you can destroy them with Zofia charges, but when I've got those castle barricades as well, and you got a deployable shield, and you're also going to have that other utility in sight, when someone sees that bulletproof camera on that table, I really don't think that they'd weigh off the odds of using a Zofia charge or an Ash round on it. Rather, they'd go up and punch it, and then that's when I swing and either get a free kill, or they are going to try and push the hallway, and I will have that intel from the bulletproof camera. So this is just one of the castle strats I find very helpful. The reason why I say mirror as well is I'm going to move on to theme park now. And I'd say this strat I'm going to show you would work best with a mirror and a YT. Now, the reason why I bring YT up as well is obviously Jaeger can do the job of YT and pretty much better, but I feel like YT is very good for protecting castle barricades, because you know that castle barricades can be dealt with pretty much a grenade, a Zofia charge, an Ash charge, obviously, a breach charge. But for a breach charge and a sledge to destroy it, they have to get close and personal, and if you're going to play the castle barricades with a mirror, you're not going to let people get that close. So then obviously their second resort there is to use long range weapons such as Ash charges or Zofia charges and stuff like that, and grenades. And that's when obviously YT can step in and prevent them from even getting close to it. So that's why I really like to say using YT as well if you're going to run these mirror and castle strats. Now obviously everything I say here isn't the perfect way to do it. There's probably better ways you can do these strats, there's other ways you can do it. The great thing about Siege is there's nothing set in stone. There's a lot of bad ways to do stuff, but there's also a lot of great ways to do stuff. I'm just showing one of the million different ways that you can hold a site in this game. Every time a new operator gets added, every strat, there's new strats that come out, there's new combinations. The possibilities are pretty much infinite. But I'm just showing some that I use myself, and that I'd like to maybe just show some low rank people, which would help them and give them a boost, because countering this in a coordinated team at high ranks, it can be hard, but it's doable. Countering this when you're in gold and maybe solo queuing is very hard, and that's when you really get to see the 5 stacks and golds really get pushed up like this. So I'm in initiation on theme park, which is probably the least played site, I'd say. It would be in gold. And actually, at least played site, I'd say, in like the high ranks as well, which I've played. So use that to your advantage. This site doesn't get played. Use that against the attackers. They're not used to attacking this site. Do what this strat I've done here is. So basically, that wall that I've put facing me right now, you're going to have a mirror window on that. I've castled behind it, I've castled the whole way to the left, and I've castled the wall beside them. So if you're trying to push this side, the only option you have is bathroom, and there's actually a small angle you can get over here. If you punch this, you can actually watch bathroom, so you could have someone playing that, or you could rotate it if they're going to push it. that mirror window is obviously going to watch the entry anyway, so even if you don't even peek and get a kill, you can give the intel that there's someone trying to push that way, or they're going to try and push bathroom. And now they are very limited here, because if they run in, they can't run to the left. They could soft breach that wall to the left if they wanted to, because I would leave that soft. But they've also got a castle barricade to the right, and I'm also going to place, further on in this clip, I'm going to place a bulletproof camera on that hallway anyway. So even if they go out of sight of the mirror window, you can still get some intel on them. So Castle's kit is very helpful, especially with the super shorty and the bulletproof camera. That's definitely what you should run on it, and I feel like this is just very helpful. So obviously, just to quickly recap, I'd have the mirror window watching this. These castle barricades are kind of demanding the flow, and that's really what castle barricades are good for. They're not, you can use them to block people from coming out, but the best way they are used is by pushing people in a certain direction, and that's what we're kind of using this here for. In this bit, I'd say you'd put a mirror window on ping facing here. So you're going to put a mirror window and maybe a deployable shield at the doorway, and then you're going to make a vault-in rotation to the right. Now, you've got the vault rotation I'm going to put to the right here, and in that room we are going to put the bulletproof camera, which is going to be watching the hallway. So the push from this side is near enough like non-existent. Unless someone peeks and they mess up and they get a free kill on you and stuff like that, and it starts to fall apart, then obviously you can counter it. But like I said, once again, I'm aiming this for gold players who are trying to make that push to plat. The average gold player, if you have this structure and you know, maybe use this strat I'm showing you right now, or you think outside the box and you make your own strat like this, they're really going to struggle to get against you, and you really are going to win more matches. So that's basically all I really have to show you. I just wanted to kind of give these little strats that I like to use sometimes, and you know, make you think about them. I'm not saying use them, but I'm kind of trying to use them here to make you think more. Think outside the box. Think about, if there's a wall here, how can we use that to our advantage? If an attacker is going to push here, how can we stop them? And that's why I really like Castle, because Castle can demand that flow. He can push them away from a certain way, and that's why I like to bring him a Wamai with a castle, because if someone wants to take out that castle barricade, there's a frisbee that's hidden in a bookshelf that will catch that, and it will stop it from being destroyed. And that's why I also like the mirror windows as well, the castle, because if you're using the castle barricade to push someone into a mirror window, that could be a pick for the mirror, and that's just also intel for the mirror. The mirror doesn't even have to peek them, she can just say that someone is there, and I find that extremely helpful. So I hope this video wasn't too confusing. I hope you guys really kind of understood the points that I was trying to make. Like I said, you can use these strats if you want. I'm not saying they'll work 100%. No strat in this game is 100% work rate, which is a good thing about it, which means that it can be played different ways. You can counter it and everything. You can adapt it, and that's one of the great things about Siege. Is this, like, everything can be done so many different ways. There's infinite possibilities in how to play all these different objectives, and I'm just really showing these so you can think maybe a way that you could do it yourself. You could change this, you could adapt this, you could use this video and use what I'm saying to make you think. Just because I've said that Wamai, Mirror and Castle go well together and you can do this stuff, doesn't mean you can't do it with other operators. Personally, I feel like they can do a lot right now, and I do feel like those three operators alone are very underutilized. But use what I'm saying, adapt it, think differently. You really need to think outside the box if you want to improve at this game. Aiming's one thing, but this isn't just Call of Duty. The map is a weapon itself. You can use the map so much more effectively than you can use the gun in your hands, and that's why I just like using Castle so much. So I really do hope this video wasn't too confusing. I hope I did explain a lot of the stuff that I was trying to say well enough. I'm sorry that I do sound like this. I'm just you know, I've got a cold right now, and I can't do much about it right now, but hey, it is what it is. I do hope you guys enjoyed. We are almost at 10k subscribers, which makes no sense whatsoever, but hey, next time there's Siege Nerds or anything, obviously I'll be right on it. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope it did help, and I shall see you all in the next video. Thank you all for watching.